Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've got 10 o'clock on the dot, so I call this meeting to order. As per usual, we will begin this morning with an invocation, followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for the start of a new day and a new week, another Commissioners Court meeting. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to serve our community. Pray for your guidance in all the decisions before us in this meeting, but also in our many endeavors and activities throughout the week ahead. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one, indivisible.
All right, a few updates in citizens' communication before we open that up to others. It will be necessary to tweak our budget calendar once again. We had originally intended on beginning our budget workshops on Wednesday, day after tomorrow, due to some glitches with our budget software and ongoing challenges there. That's going to have to be pushed back a bit. We filed the agenda for these budget workshops a few moments ago. Given that we had some meetings and presentations from various offices and departments scheduled already on Thursday and Friday, we didn't want to have to readjust all of those and change everybody's plans. As such, we will begin meeting on Thursday the 7th at 10:30 and then Friday the 8th at 1 p.m. Again, those were dates and times that we already had presentations scheduled from various offices and departments that requested it.
So Friday, 1 p.m.?
Correct.
Say this again, Judge.
And this is, should have been sent to y'all a few minutes ago.
Oh.
Thursday, August 7th at 10:30. And then plan on that continuing through most of the day. And then we will plan to return on Friday, the 8th at 1 o'clock. And then beginning a week from today, Monday at 1:30. And then all day on Tuesday, the 12th, we will be in our normal budget workshop routine. Little bit different than normal, but in order to be fully prepared for that, that's what we're going to need to do. And in all likelihood, we'll be switching vendors for our budget software. But that'll be
So
story for another time.
no workshop on Wednesday?
Correct, no workshop on Wednesday. So basically 4 days, beginning on Thursday the 7th at 10:30, then Friday, and then of course Monday and Tuesday of next week. So an update there. Additionally, with things being pushed back a bit, there was a previously scheduled department head meeting, I believe on Thursday. We're going to have to postpone and reschedule that. So if that was on your calendars, you can take that off. Those who are planning to attend, we're going to need to reschedule that. All right, with that said, citizens communication, anyone who would like to address the court on any county-related business, welcome to do so at this time. Good morning, Robin. Good news, I hope.
Good morning, Robin.
Morning.
No?
Yes, very,
She has her red glasses on. It has to be good news.
it is great.
All right.
It's very simple. Actually, in Precinct 1 out in Bloomington today, GrantWorks is going to be doing some surveys, just to notify anyone who's listening out there that
Okay.
they're going to be going door to door, doing surveys to qualify that area for the CDBG sewer improvement grant that is currently ongoing. Plans are being developed so that we can go out for bid and do construction. So just a quick announcement so people are aware that that's going on today.
Robin, if folks have any questions about or concerns about people that are visiting, Concerning the surveys, they're welcome to call the courthouse or myself.
Absolutely. County Judge's Office, Engineering and Development Commissioner, or the precinct foreman. We can all verify that that's legit.
Yes.
Very good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Robin. Other comments in citizens' communication this morning?
Robin, there was nothing about the GLO?
Oh, again, no update thus far.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Very good. Anything else up here? All right, we will move right along to item number 4, which is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you should have a copy of those in front of you.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 5, consider approval of accounts payable and take appropriate action.
Accounts payable for August 4th, 2025 are $622,459.77. Supplemental payments are $108,793.77.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Michelle. Item 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
Good morning. Today we have monthly reports from the sheriff, fire marshal, and county, and constable precinct number 3.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 7, consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
We have none this morning.
Very good. Thanks, Heidi. Number 8, then on our agenda is to consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments. We have the July 31st memo from the hospital showing interim vendor payments in the amount of $129,842.59. The ACH report on that same date of 7/31 totaled $1,346,681.40.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. And then our next item, number 9, is to hear a proclamation designating the week of August 4th as National Farmers Market Week and take appropriate action. This is something that we've always enjoyed doing, underscoring the importance of our farmers markets, obviously, and especially our local farmers market. We're happy to have Meredith Bird join us this morning to speak to the current goings-on over at the farmers market. Welcome, Meredith.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I'd like to give a quick update on the farmers market. If you're not familiar with us, we have a farmers market twice a week, year-round, every Wednesday and Saturday on the county property at the Patty Dodson Center. I myself work for the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent. The Food Bank took on management of the farmers market at the end of 2015. So we're coming up on 10 years of the market being under the Food Bank's nonprofit umbrella. When I first came on as market manager in 2017, I think I had 6 vendors at the market that first day. And this last market, I think I had 32. My highest has been 40. That was earlier this year. And so we've really grown, particularly this year. And we support nearly 80 local farms and small businesses, mostly Victoria County, also surrounding counties, DeWitt, Jackson, Goliad, Calhoun, Lavaca, and then even vendors as far away as Wharton, Colorado County, Aransas, and Nueces. So our boundaries, what we consider local and eligible for the market, is a 100-mile radius. And I think it speaks a lot to the support that this community gives this market, that we're willing to have vendors come from an hour or so away to sell their wares with us. This is, like I said, it's twice a week all year round, which means these local businesses have about 100 opportunities each year to sell with us. Now, of course, most of the vendors work full-time. And so while we'll have 30 or 40 vendors on a Saturday, Wednesdays is usually 6 to 8, typically. But even with the smaller market, even on Wednesdays, you can get fresh produce, you can get eggs, you can get honey, you can get beef, pork, chicken, and then all kinds of homemade foods as well. I'm really pleased that we have some younger farmers getting into the game. I think that you guys representing the rural areas out in our county understand that that's not really happening. Not a lot of young farmers coming in to replace the ones that are aging out. And so we've had some good success with getting some younger families into doing this, doing the homesteading, raising produce, raising animals, and coming to us to help build their businesses, and I'm really proud of that. We've also been expanding the community's access to local foods with being able to accept SNAP, which used to be called food stamps. November will be 2 years that we've been able to accept SNAP at the market. We have run right at $10,000 in SNAP transactions in under 2 years. In the last month, we've partnered with a nonprofit out of Central Texas called the Sustainable Food Center. They fund a program called Double Up Food Bucks, which means they will double a client's SNAP purchases up to $30, or SNAP dollars up to $30 each market. Meaning, if you come to the information booth with your Lone Star card and you say, I'd like to put $25 on my card to spend here at the market, we will give you $50 to spend. That extra $25 that's funded by the Double Up Food Bucks is only for fresh fruits and vegetables. So it's encouraging people to really use their SNAP for some good local fresh produce. Those vouchers don't expire, and so if they don't find the fruits and vegetables they want that week, they can come back the next week and use them then. So that's the bulk of my update. I do want to extend, as always, a deep gratitude for you guys sponsoring us at the Patty Dodson Center. It is accessible for our customers with mobility issues. The parking is plentiful. It's visible. It's a great spot for us that allows us to grow as needed, and just take up as much or as little of the parking lot as we need. And it's really a wonderful space, and I appreciate you guys housing us there.
Certainly.
Well, we appreciate all that you do, Meredith, and that's something that we're happy and eager to do, and it's always great to hear about the success of the market there. And we do have a proclamation on behalf of the court that I will read this morning. National Farmers Market Week, August 3rd through the 9th. This reads, whereas farmers and ranchers in Victoria County and surrounding areas provide citizens with access to healthy, locally and regionally produced foods through farmers market, which are expanding and evolving to accommodate the demand for a diverse array of agricultural products. And whereas farmers markets serve as significant outlets by which small to medium-sized new and beginning and veteran agricultural producers market agricultural products, generating revenue and supporting the sustainability of family farms and revitalization of local communities nationwide. And whereas Victoria County is proud to be a community partner of the Victoria Farmers Market, hosting the market at the Patty Dodson Public Health Center, a very visible, accessible, and convenient location for the market's customers. And whereas the Victoria Farmers Market has been in operation for over 35 years, including 9 years as an official program of the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent, prompting unprecedented growth for the market and increased access to fresh, locally grown and produced foods. Now, therefore, to bring awareness of farmers markets' contributions to our lives, the Victoria County Commissioners Court does hereby proclaim the week of August 3rd through 9th, 2025 as Farmers Market Week in Victoria County in conjunction with the observance of National Farmers Market Week. And we urge all our residents to celebrate the farmers market with appropriate observance and activities, and especially purchases at the farmers market. So we would like to present this to you, Meredith, and I think take a picture out front to put online, bring further awareness to the market and to Farmers Market Week. Stand in the center and hold that. Which direction do you scoot from? Awesome. Thanks so much, Meredith. Yes, thank you guys. Appreciate it. All right, do we have a motion to approve that proclamation I just?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I don't know it.
Motion
Fact,
approved.
But I think.
Thanks again, Meredith, we appreciate it. Moving on in our agenda this morning, we have another proclamation. Here a proclamation, item number 10, here a proclamation designating the month of August as National Emergency Management Awareness Month, and take appropriate action. We are all aware of what an important role emergency management folks, and especially our local Office of Emergency Management, plays in this community. This is something that's been underscored with the tragic flooding in Kerrville. There have been a lot of hearings already that are taking place in the legislature with discussions about emergency management, the role, the capabilities, and frankly, the importance and growing importance of emergency management professionals. I know here in Victoria, we are always blessed with such an outstanding Office of Emergency Management that really does set the standard in our region and frankly across the state. You know, it's become routine and customary anytime there's a question or a discussion about statewide emergency management issues for our office to get the call. For Rick or Jenna or any of the team to be called up to Austin to speak at conferences and trainings. That's normal to us, but you know, throughout the state, not everybody gets those calls. The reason we do, our office does, is because it really is the best around and sets the standard for what an effective Office of Emergency Management should look like. And so that's a blessing for the court, for all of us, and for our residents who, in our part of the state, face a lot of weather perils, from hurricanes to floods to everything else. And it's the Office of Emergency Management that's the coordinating body of all of our first responders and entities and organizations. And so I'm proud of our team here. And in general, the role of emergency management is only increasing and growing. So it's fitting that the court issue a proclamation like this to underscore the role of emergency management professionals. And let's see. Rick, I guess you
Figured I'd add a
can
few words
speak.
into there.
I was going to put you on the spot after this, but you're ready to roll
Yes, I
as
think it does,
always. So
Commissioners. Yes, we're ready to go. So thank you for once again the latitude of leadership that you folks provide to us for allowing me to lead such a great office. Surround ourselves with some great subject matter experts that literally knock it out of the ballpark every single day. And I echo what you just now said about the state. Oftentimes we are looked at. We're very humble about what we do, but we are oftentimes looked at to say these are the things that emergency management should be doing. We pride ourselves in looking at the lessons learned from every event that we have or incident that may take place to say, how do we get better at what we do? And so even when these folks are on their days off, they're constantly watching things. And so just most recently with Kerr County and the flooding in the Texas Hill Country, we're constantly trying to learn and improve what we do and coordinate the best we can. And so thank you for allowing us to do just that, having the confidence in us, and actually having the real conversations with us when we actually fail at some of those measures, and you folks put us on task to say, let's make it even better. So thank you all for doing that. And once again, thank you for allowing me to lead this bunch. It's a great honor.
Yeah, well,
Great
thank
honor.
you, Rick, and the whole team there. And I mentioned speaking, presenting at conferences at the TAC Legislative Conference the end of this month. Rick will be on one of the panels there. The topic is front and center due to the tragedy in Kerrville. But obviously, it's not just floods, it's everything, natural and man-made disasters. And really, for a community of our size, we've got to have a robust and competent Office of Emergency Management, and we do. That hits it out of the park at every opportunity. So thank you. We'll thank the team. I know we will want to also get a picture with you guys, but I will read this proclamation before we do that.
Great. And then after that, I'd like to introduce each of the staff members and just a brief 20-second what they do. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
go ahead,
yeah.
Judge.
Excellent. This reads as follows. Whereas emergencies and disasters often occur unexpectedly, posing significant threats to life, property, and the environment, and whereas local emergency managers across all sectors, I might have to pass this down to Danny to read. Community leaders, state governments, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency dedicate countless hours to developing preparedness, response, recovery, and mitigation programs to protect the lives and property of all persons living in the United States and U.S. territories. And whereas our local emergency managers are charged with establishing and maintaining the capabilities necessary to effectively direct, coordinate, and support emergency and disaster response and recovery efforts. And whereas the local mission areas of prevention, protection, mitigation, response, and recovery align with the core capabilities identified in the National Preparedness Goal, and whereas the Victoria Office of Emergency Management plays a pivotal role in Victoria County, the Gulf Coast region, and the state of Texas by setting a high standard for emergency preparedness and response initiatives, both in blue sky and gray sky days. And whereas the Victoria County Commissioners Court expresses its sincere appreciation for the unwavering and tireless efforts of the Office of Emergency Management and its dedicated staff, ensuring that our community and the region are well prepared and well informed in the face of any potential disaster. Now, therefore, the Victoria County Commissioners Court does hereby proclaim the month of August as National Emergency Management Awareness Month and urge all community members to express their sincere appreciation for emergency management in every sector, all those who work diligently to prepare, protect, and serve our citizens, counties, states, and territories against all hazards and risks. So, Rick, let's bring the team up and
Bring them on up. So, Jenna Wanda, the Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator, get her up here first. So, obviously, everybody knows what Jenna does. She is basically the right hand of the office. She makes everything happen. So, she's operationally focused. One of the things I wanted to kind of point out with Jenna is last year she had the opportunity to go out to North Carolina, and participate in what we call the Incident Support Task Force for the state of Texas, and was there as a planning unit for the response of Hurricane Helene. So she actually has been called up again this week, and Judge, I haven't had an opportunity to tell you about this, but she may be going up to the Texas Hill Country Travis County area later on this week to serve once again for a 10-day roll up there. So so thank you for everything that she does. But Jenna basically helps run and operate the main focus of our program. And so up next, let me see, we get Lauren up here, which is our PIO. Obviously, you folks allowed us to bring on the PIO function, gaining its capacity greatly in the last 6 months or so within our office. So she is our main focus on our public safety communications aspect of it. We understand that this thing in our pocket, the smartphone that we have, outruns and outpaced us constantly. And so it's a key important feature. And so so we brought the PIO function on. So no particular order, I guess Alex, come on up. Alex, our disaster recovery coordinator. You folks are allowed us to bring this position on. So as we go into the recovery function of anything, the recovery function usually takes the longest. It's usually 5 to 6 to 7 years out. And so we brought Alex on. He is there to coordinate our nonprofit organizations out there, community organizations active in disaster, does a fantastic job in bringing all those pieces together when we go into immediate response for disaster and then into the long-term recovery of it. And so let me see who else is back there. Jessica Kalmus is our, I won't say office mom, but she's our office mom. She's our administrative side of the house. She basically makes sure that we're all in checks and balance every single day. She also takes on the main planning function for any type of event that may occur or incident. So she's actually working with our first responding agencies out there to build out what we call the incident action plan. It keeps us really focused as well. So we've got Ralph Montez. Come on up, Ralph. Ralph is, we always kind of joke, is our stepchild, but he's not our stepchild. Ralph is integral in our part of the world because we bring in the public health emergency preparedness coordinator into our office. And so once again, through the vision of this office and the leadership of this court, we're able to do just that in partnership with the Victoria County Public Health Department. David actually holds the grant for Ralph, but then day-in-and-day actions are administered in our office. And then not last but least, where's Mallory at? Mallory is our intern that came on and works with the judge's office and ours as well. So we got to bring Mallory on. So Mallory is fresh on the cusp of her new career, hopefully, as she turns her college degree of communications and something else, I don't know, but she's gaining her world of emergency management. So we brought her on just a couple weeks ago. So this is the team that does the outstanding job every single day. And once again, I humbly stand before you and tell you I cannot do what I do without them doing the things they do. They're great to work with.
We are very proud and grateful to have this awesome team here at the county, being a part of everything we do and ensuring our collective success in things. So
Get a picture?
let's get a picture. Lauren, you're going to be in it, so you can't, you'll have to have somebody else.
Y'all coming down? Or you're going to stay up there or what?
We'll come,
Stand up.
okay, whatever would look best. Okay. Okay, Rick, you can hold that there.
First Major 101, you're going to do something great.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you.
I'd just like to add real quick that I was blessed to have the opportunity for years to work side by side with Rick and several members of his staff, and I can tell you they are truly one of the best in Texas, and thank you for everything that you do out there every day.
Amen to that.
I can't help but mention this, Rick, that the importance of what emergency management has become, because I go back to think about when I started here and it was just you and the other guy, and to see what this has turned into, and it makes me really think about how important emergency management has become, especially thinking about what happened in Kerrville the other day. So I really do appreciate what you guys do.
Amen to that. Let's see, did we vote on that proclamation?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the proclamation I just read. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank y'all once again. We're proud of y'all. Well done. Well done. Moving on in the agenda to item number 11, that is to consider approval of resolution number 2025-065, accepting a donation valued at $2,282.87 for the Victoria County Animal Services Department's operational costs. This is from Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply Roundup promotion, and take appropriate action. Let's see. I guess that is self-explanatory enough. I don't see Mark here this morning.
He had texted me, he's in Leander. He said Joe would be here if we needed
Okay,
him.
Joe is hiding back
Yeah.
there. Joe?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we need any additional info, but come up and say hi at the least. Good morning. Morning.
I just wanted to say, during the months of May and June, Murdoch's did pick Victoria County Animal Services to participate with the round to the nearest dollar for the fundraise.
Uh-huh.
We wanted to give our gratitude to Murdoch's for partnering with us and the community for participating with the fundraiser as well. This is money that can go with to help with spaying and neutering of our animals,
Yeah.
and if any medical treatment, this also goes for that as well.
Yeah,
Just wanted to
awesome.
say thank you, and to you guys.
Well, thank you, Joe, for
Thank
you
you,
and
Joe.
all that the department does. We meet, of course, every Monday, and it seems like every single commissioner's court, there's a new
Some
grant that's been landed to help further the efforts of the department, and y'all are doing great work, and we appreciate you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank y'all,
Thank you.
Joe.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved, and we do echo and extend our thanks to Murdoch's for their generous donation.
Is it working? Did it work?
Moving on to item 12, that is to consider the following regarding the request for proposals, 2025-12 Victoria County Regional Public Safety Training Center project, and take appropriate action. A, receive 3 submitted bids. B, receive bid evaluation summary and award recommendation letter from RMA. C is consider base bid award in the amount of $1,229,000. And D is to authorize the county judge to enter into an agreement with Logger Companies, Inc., pending legal review for the base bid. Avery, are you speaking to that this morning?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. I'm filling in for John this morning. I did want to add to this, the way this agenda item is written, we will have a follow-up agenda item next week following some discussion on the additive alternate sections. As you may recall, there are 4 additive alternates, and I can briefly describe those now. So alternate 1 was to add additional windows and wall infill to the rear of the building. Alternate 2 simply was to renovate secondary portions of the building. I would recommend that we do that at this time, since we're already on site. It helps with the continuity of construction for this project. Additive alternate 3 is for the addition of a permanent on-site emergency generator and the concrete pad to set it on. And then alternate 4, which is a big point of discussion, is adjacent classroom renovation for the county fire marshal's office. So those did have additional totals. We cannot award those as the agenda item is written today, but I did want to invite any discussion and guidance from the court on which of those you may wish to proceed with accepting.
Well, let's see. I will ask Rick in a second. So the question would be on the alternates. I guess I want to understand. So the decision that we would be making next week or in the following week would be what?
Which alternates to proceed with adding to this contract. So
Okay.
What are we doing with the base bid? Could you explain what that is?
this is essentially awarding the contract for the base bid to Logger Companies, so we can notify them that they've been selected as the best value proposal.
Okay,
And then the additive alternates are secondary to that.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the evaluation committee recommended and scored Logger.
Yes.
And who all was on that committee?
We had 7 different, I believe, respondents, A through E. I don't know if I'm allowed to name everybody, but
I don't think so. Okay, well, I guess on the alternates, is there a recommendation on that?
so the first 2 make sense. They would continue with the scope of the base bid. It's just expanding the location of those additional construction activities. So as I mentioned, alternate 1 was additional windows and new wall infill to the rear of the building. We're already going to be in that area, so it would make sense to continue with that scope. Additive alternate number 2 is for additional extensive secondary portions of the building to be renovated, and that's full-scale renovation, it would make sense, since we already have the contractor on site and working in the area, to pursue that as well. However, alternate 3 and 4 are up to the court, really. Those are kind of just a decision on how much additional investment we'd like to make into this complex. I will add that as part of the electrical scope, we have the ability for a plug-in generator. So if we had a trailer generator, we'd be allowed to plug that into the building and provide generator emergency backup power without the need for this permanent on-site generator.
Okay,
So that could be a future cost, future investment, as it's just equipment really, in site prep. And then additive alternate 4 is the location of the fire marshal's office.
okay. I mean, it would seem that all of those things would be advantageous, but at the end of the day, I think one of the primary drivers of that will be the delta between the grant amount and then the overall construction costs, which that'll take a thorough review, thorough look at. When would we need to make a decision on those things?
Grant amount?
It's, there is no grant for this. This was to be included as part of the CO bond that was issued previously.
Okay. So that's already on the CO list?
Yes, sir.
Judge,
Okay.
we were leaning toward 1 and 2
Okay,
is what we were doing, not 3 and 4, when we had that
okay,
discussion, if I remember correctly, I believe so.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
okay. So that's covered through the current CO?
Correct.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. So then I guess our decision is what?
So we can't decide to formally approve and add these. That'll be the following agenda item. It's
Okay.
more just discussion to make sure that we're aligned on which we'd like to proceed with, and then those, as I mentioned, will be incorporated in another agenda item.
Okay,
Right now, I think we're just
This is-
approving Logger, that we
Okay.
awarded Logger the contract
okay. So this would
Correct.
simply be approving A through D.
for
The
the base,
base
for the
bid
base
Logger.
bid. Yeah, thank you, Shane.
Okay,
Well, if
Okay.
all we're approving is a base bid, then I move to approve and
I-
we can
I
work
second.
on the alternates later.
okay. So we have a motion and a second to approve A through D, which is the base bid, alternates to be considered later. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Any further discussion on that?
I think we're good.
All right, all those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Who was the second?
Huh?
Sexton?
What did I do?
Yeah.
Oh, I said aye.
And Danny voting for?
Yes.
All those opposed?
I can't,
The
Aye.
motion is approved.
can you speak up
A
down there
through
at the
D.
end of the,
I can't hear it over to my left.
Is my mic not on?
do we need to get you a hearing aid over there?
Just messing with him.
All right, very good. Moving on to the next agenda item, number 13. That is to consider approval of a request for payment to Lynn Engineering in the total amount of $12,375 in connection to the Texas Community Development Block Grant Award, grant number CDV 23-0328, and take appropriate action. What have we got here, Robin?
This is in reference to the same grant we were discussing earlier in the Bloomington for the Water District sewer improvements. Lynn Engineering is working on the plans right now, and this has been reviewed by our consultant, our office, the auditor's office, and is ready for payment.
Very good.
Move for
Moved.
approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 14, receive DR-4332-356 budget modifications and cost overrun request approval notice for the EOC stair enclosure project and take appropriate action.
So, blast from the past, it's been a minute since we've
I was
talked
about to
about
say.
the EOC stair enclosure. So we did request a cost overrun for this project, because there were funds that the county paid for outside of the grant. At the end of the day, during COVID, prices were going up, and that's what happened here. It's been a while, but we did get that approved. Our original total was $206,000 and some change, and now we're approved for $294,000 and some change. We are hoping that we can now receive the reimbursement for that in full. So we're working on that. We keep checking on it, and it's still all in process. So
Cross
it's
your
part of the
fingers, move to receive.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thanks, Robin. We're going to pass on item 15 today, and then that'll be on a future agenda. Number 16 is to ratify to release remaining cash bond funds in the amount of $50,113.41 in connection to the Tennessee Pipeline Victoria County Road Use Agreement contract and take appropriate action.
Move.
So Judge, just at the beginning of this, before they started doing their work, we had a road use agreement for $50,000, and we have held that until the end of the work was complete. And we agreed to pay them interest once we release the funds, and that's what this is requesting.
Okay, whose precinct was that
That
in?
that was in
Precinct
precinct
three.
three. And after the work was completed by Tennessee Gas Pipeline, myself and the precinct foreman went out and inspected the roads in the area of the construction, and everything looked good, and we recommended full reimbursement to Tennessee Gas Pipeline. And I'd also like to thank them for being a good partner and taking care of everything out there.
Good.
I'm glad that worked out well. Thank you.
Yo, Judge, this
Commissioner.
is kind of part of our new road use agreement. We're not taking insurance bonds anymore. We're taking cash bonds, and then the auditor's office invests it, right? Don't, and this is interest earned, and
Gotcha.
and then it comes from it, just FYI to the public. That's what this is about.
Very good. Very good. Let's see, do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to ratify that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 17 is to consider the following for the Victoria County Public Health Department and take appropriate action. A, approval of housing opportunities for persons with AIDS, contract number 5613/2-565-04. And B is to receive HIV Health and Social Services, contract number 5612/2-565-02. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners.
Morning.
Morning. So both these items are going to be budget amendments for our current budget year for our HARP division. Just as a reminder, this is a 100% grant-funded program. The first one is adding an additional $10,400 to one of the line items within the HOPO grant. And then the second one is going to be reallocating funds between service categories for that state services grant.
Simple enough.
Move to receive.
Second.
We don't have, do we have a quorum?
Yes, we do.
With us three?
We
Okay.
have a motion and a second on 17A and B. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thanks, David. 18 is to receive fully executed agreement with JE Construction LLC in connection to the Victoria Regional Airport Parking Lot Rehabilitation Project Solicitation Grant Agreement, VCT-SWG-3-48-0219-029-2025, and take appropriate action. Good morning, Lenny.
Morning, Lenny.
Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. This is the contract you, Commissioners Court allowed you to execute. This is just a hard copy for you to receive. It's an amount of $481,000 and $418,000. That's the bid numbers. And as a matter of fact, the project will probably start this week.
Wow, move to
Yep.
receive.
And as we have a motion and second, and as a reminder to the public, the commercial service as of today.
Correct. As of today, this morning, was the last flight until September 5th.
Right.
September 5th, we'll have the term flight, which is the afternoon flight. That's when the service will restart again.
Are they going to be done by then?
The parking lot?
Yeah.
No, the parking lot's a 90-day project. What
Okay.
we're trying to do is see how we can maximize.
Get a
maybe
section, yeah, get a part of it done. Yeah, no, that's a great plan and
In the
good job.
meantime, we have some signs. We
Yeah.
have an alternate parking lot. And we're hoping that at least we can finish one in the
Sure.
time.
Good deal.
The other thing that I'd like to remind the public is there's still some cars left in the parking lot, and we need those cars moved as soon as possible. So, yeah, for the most part, most every car is gone.
Somebody carpooled?
Yeah, so we're hoping that in the next few days, maybe people went out and they want to return through Houston and then pick up their car.
Yeah.
But the cars are still, they probably have about 10, 15 cars still sitting.
That many, wow, okay.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
but, you know, let's hope that people continue to move their cars so we can start the job.
Very good. Well, thank you for that, Lenny. Yeah, this parking lot project is one of the many positive things transpiring at the
Yep.
airport. Of course, there was the
Much needed.
most recently notice of the $5.5 million.
Judge, if you allow me, there will be, for this project, there will be one more contract coming in.
Okay.
That will be for Centurion for the project management, and that's part of the grant too, but the contract wasn't given to me in time, so I'll
Okay.
probably get it tomorrow and put it through Commissioner's Court next week.
Very good. That'll
you.
work.
They'll be the project manager.
Yeah, they project manage. they
Okay,
project,
good.
yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much, Lenny. And speaking of the success at the airport, I see Congressman Cloud's district director here. A new face here in Commissioner's Court. Scott, I don't think you've been here in your official role yet. Okay, okay. Well, welcome, welcome. You're in good company, but we always make it a point of embarrassing new attendees, so appreciate you being here. All right. Let's see, we had a second on that. All
Yes.
those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Lenny. Number 19 on our agenda is to receive a certificate of the 2025 anticipated tax collection percentage rate as provided by the Victoria County Tax Assessor Collector. I think it was last week we designated the tax assessor as the one to calculate our needed rates for the upcoming budget. And this is a form that we do annually with the anticipated collection rate. Ashley is not here, but we appreciate her hard work during this budget season doing all this. So this, we would just need a motion to receive that certificate.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 20 is to hear and receive a quarterly report of investments and ratify purchase of certificate of deposits in U.S. agencies from the county treasurer and take appropriate action. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning.
Good morning, Paige.
Commissioners, Judge. I just wanted to come out and share the good news of, so far this year, we have actually made, through June, $255,000 on our CDs. That's interest only. We have actually made, in our pools, we've made $562,079.90. And of course, our bank, which we do earn 2.2% on it, we've made $253,713.55. All these are only just interest. And so everything is holding. We get notices every day, oh, it's going to drop. And then something happens and it's not dropping. So CDs are still around 4%. The pools are still staying fairly steady, and they're just kind of moving up marginally, and then they'll move down marginally, just very, very small amounts. So that is the good news. We do have a CD that we are waiting to be called, and this just kind of gives an idea on the market. We have a CD that is at 5.28%.
Wow.
It should have been called 3 months ago. Or, I'm sorry, 2 months ago. And to date, they have not called it. And that's just, again, it's just because of the climate of what is going on in the market.
Right.
Nobody is real sure on what's going to be happening. So that's the good news on everything we have. So we are expecting things to change in September. But then again, that is of today. So, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Paige.
Appreciate it.
Let's see. Do we have a motion to receive this
So moved.
quarterly report?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 21, consider approval of a request from the Victoria County Fire Marshal to issue a reimbursement to, let's see, in the amount of $9,799.48 to the Quail Creek Volunteer Fire Department for equipment repairs. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. So what we have is I received a letter from Quail Creek Volunteer Fire Department, excuse me, for the amount that you stated, to come out of the emergency funds. They had a pumper, which is their first out apparatus, go down. The pump went down, and so they needed to get that fixed rather quickly. So they're submitting this to us since they are finished. They got to finish purchasing for their brush truck, so they have a big demand on their bills right now. So we do have the money in the account, and I'm requesting that we pay this.
I had the opportunity to speak with Chief Kramer and also review the request in full detail. I also went and checked with the auditor's office, and in 2024, the Quail Creek Volunteer Fire Department did not ask for any additional assistance out of the Volunteer Fire Department Assistance Fund. Therefore, I'm going to ask that we approve this and make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Item 22 is to consider approval of the following detention and residential contracts for the Victoria Regional Juvenile Justice Center. A, Johnson County, B, Val Verde County, and C, Fort Bend County.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 23, receive for the record a 2025 discretionary fund budget amendment from the Sheriff's DOT Federal Forfeiture Fund and take appropriate action. That looks to be $9,900 within that fund. We're receiving for our records only.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 24, consider approval of the following 2025 budget amendments and take appropriate action. A, general fund, various departments, expenditures. B, courthouse security fund expenditures. C, road and bridge precinct 3 expenditures. D, road and bridge precinct 4 expenditures. And E, general fund, sheriff's office expenditures.
Move to approve A through E.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. All right, we'll each need a signature on each of those. Our closed session, I don't know that we will need it this morning. I know we've got a real estate we'll be addressing Thursday after a more in-depth capital projects discussion, but that can be included and would be more fitting to be included after or along with that discussion. Unless anybody up here knows of something this morning of these items, I think those that are needed, we can go into closed session Thursday for. I'm not seeing anything up here. So we will not go into closed session today. Anything else for the good of the cause? Again, the budget schedule has shifted. Chris, we'll make sure that gets emailed out to everybody. But we'll plan to reconvene Thursday. And again, that Thursday and Friday is primarily to hear from departments and offices and also have our capital CapEx discussion. All right, seeing nothing else up here, we've addressed our last agenda item, so we will stand adjourned and see everybody on Thursday or Monday. Appreciate it.